I applied for Swami's University for MBA. And I went through the whole process, and God's grace, I got a seat there, and I joined the college. I remember while going through the process, I had made a lot of friends in the group discussions. It was a 2 to 3 day process, and I made a lot of friends then. Most of them, or a lot of them, had very good credentials. They were of better institutions, they had more experience. Again, this thought kept coming to me saying, why did I get it? I did not have any answers at that point. I joined the college, and we had a class called Awareness Class. Professor G. Venkatraman and Rangarajan sir, both of them were there. And in one of the first classes, all the students were requesting, sir, can you please share some experiences? Can you please share some experiences? Which is a normal thing when new students join the institute, they want to listen to a lot of stories. And Rangarajan sir said, we can share how many of our stories as possible, but borrowed faith from somebody else's experience takes you only so far. What will take you longer is your experience, your faith based on your own experience. I said, this is not what I've been hearing. The world outside works very differently. I've always been banking on somebody else, and I've been told that's all it is. So what is this now? How do I get my own experience? How do I get my own faith? But somehow it appealed to me. It made me think, it made logical sense to me. And then he said, no, this is your chance. You are here in Parthi. Swami is going to come back from Vrindavan in few days. He is going to be here. You can physically meet him. You can physically go close to him, talk to him. Somehow make sure that you experiment with him at your own level. You try to build a relationship with him at your own level. And that is what is going to last long after you pass out from this college and go out as well. That made sense to me. I thought, okay, fine, my 2 years is going to be eventful now. Swami was in Vrindavan, and the first thing which I wanted to do was, I wanted to sing in front of Swami when he came to Puttaparthi, and I wanted to do it the day he came there. A little bit of background on this is, my grandmother, my mother, my mother's sisters, everybody had had a lot of opportunities to sing in front of Swami. They had innumerable number of experiences while doing this. Swami acknowledged them as really good singers in Puttaparthi and in Bangalore when he visited here. So that kept playing on my mind to say, all of them have had so many chances. I want chance to sing in front of Swami. I have to sing. So I found out what the process is, and they told me that there's going to be auditions very soon in the hostel, and you should clear the auditions test, and then you will need to sit in the front and ask for permission from Swami directly. And if Swami permits you, you can start singing in the mandir. I said, fine, I think the step 1 is pretty easy. I'm sure I can do it. Step 2, I don't know, but when I get there, I'll find out. They called for the auditions. I went there. We were about 15 boys, I think, who had newly joined, who wanted to sing. And when we went there, turn by turn, sir kept asking us to sing, and I sang. And towards the end, they said, all of you have passed this audition. You can go and ask, except for 2 boys, and I was one of them. They said, 2 boys have not cleared, you will need to come back later. And I was one of them. And I was in utter disbelief. I said, how is this even possible? And when I sat through all the audition tests, obviously the egoistic mind is playing on me, and I'm like, I definitely sang better than most of them. How is it that I did not clear this? I said, okay, maybe in the group singing, sir did not notice, maybe he got confused, new names, I had my own theories. I said, let me come back a few days later. Swami hadn't come to Puttaparthi yet, so I was like, okay, before he comes, I need to clear this. I left few days later. I went back to sir. I said, sir, I want to audition again. He said, so soon? I said, yes, sir, I'm confident. I will. I want to sing. And he said, okay, sing. And I sang a new bhajan. He said, see, I don't know if you did not get it last time. Your singing is very Carnatic. And the bhajans that you have picked up are all Hindustani. So the style is very different. You've got to first unlearn some things, learn the way a Hindustani bhajan needs to be sung, and then practice that and come back, let's see. And I was again shocked to see what is happening. Like, why isn't he not happy? All my friends say I sing well. I said, okay, fine. He said, why don't you go talk to some of your friends in the hostel, ask them for their guidance, and then come back. I said, okay, fine, let me go talk to some friends. I went and spoke to them. They told me, I don't see any major problem in the way you sing. It's okay, go after some more time. I had finished 2 rounds of audition. I went back to him again. And this time he was so stern. He said, I told you, did you first of all practice? Every time you end the line, you open your mouth so much, you need to taper it down. Your ending is so bad, you need to practice and you come back again. Don't come back to me every now and then. Make sure you do what I tell you. Of course, he was not so rude, but I'm just telling you, he was pretty stern. And I went back, and this time it was not joke anymore. I was like, how is it in the whole world this one teacher who has to clear my first round is not convinced? Why is this happening? And at that point, something within me started. And that was a constant conversation, I should say a monologue with Swami, started. What is happening, Swami? You brought me here. You gave me a seat. You've always made me sing everywhere you are there. Why is it that you're not giving me a chance now and making it so difficult? And this became stronger and stronger every single day. And I constantly kept knocking at his door. It said, Swami, listen to me. I need to sing. I have to sing. And when you come, I should be ready to sing. Dates got announced, Swami's arrival dates from Vrindavan. He came, all my friends got permission, they started to sing, and here I am, and I have not even cleared the first hurdle. And I have almost taken that up as an insult. And I'm constantly fighting within me, saying, Swami, I need to sing. One fine day, he appeared in my dream. He said just 2 sentences in Telugu. And my reference always was, you gave my grandmother so many chances. You gave my mother so many chances. Why not me? I am almost entitled. That's the whole approach to claiming that, right? And he said 2 sentences. He said, Sundarama is my grandmother. She said, Sundarama వాళ్ళు ఎంత సాధన చేశారో తెలుసా నీకు? నువ్వేమి చేశావు? That's it. Which meant, do you know how much sadhana Sundarama and her group have done? What have you done? And it was so strikingly straight at me, and I've always been referencing my grandmother for my chance. And he said, what have you done? And I got my answer. Okay, there is something definitely that I'm missing here. I need to do sadhana. I need to put some effort. It doesn't come to me. It's not hereditary. His grace is not hereditary. It does not come on its own. And this was the first time I have been shaken that way. And this is the first time there is a lesson that I need to learn, that I need to do something on my own to prove my credibility. It doesn't come automatically. And then I kept thinking, what is the sadhana that I can do? And the only thing that I could think of was practice. It's bhajan. It's not just auditioning and coming back and the next round of auditioning and coming back. Let me do some practice. So I decided for the next 1 week, I will get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I will go to the music room in the hostel. I will keep the harmonium and just do Omkaram. I will just do Om. I wanted to fine-tune my voice first. So I just did that for 1 week. Just saying Om for about 10 to 15 minutes till 5:30 till the Suprabhatam started. And then after that, after 1 week, I asked one of my friends to join me in the bhajan room. I told him I want to go to audition again. I want to sing in front of you. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong. And I sang, and he said, it sounds perfectly fine to me. I think you should go sing in front of him. And I went back to sir and I said, sir, I again want to audition. He said, are you sure? I said, yes, sir, I want to sing. And I sang the bhajan, and his reaction was this: how many hours in a day did you practice? What did you do that magically your singing has changed? If anybody comes and asks me with the same problem, I will direct him to him. Can you please guide them? This was a shock to me. I had never practiced so much that his expression meant that I had completely changed the style of my singing. And he said, it is perfectly fine now, and you can go and ask Swami for permission. And I went and asked Swami for permission, and he said, okay, fine, you sing. And I started to sing in the mandir after that. This incident gave me a very new perspective about what I earlier had.